Hey everybody, welcome back to the Letterhead Studios and more Trails in the Sky. Alright, we've got our invitation to Grancel Castle.
Oh, are we going to the castle already? Just to remind you, since we're going to be staying there after the party, we won't be able to leave until morning.
Yeah, sure. I don't have anything else to do. Ready for that Estelle WoW counter to go up? Because I swear it's gonna happen. 3, 2, 1. Okay, fine. Have it your way. It's a whoa.
Whoa.
You can say that again, please, Joshua. Don't encourage her. I've never seen anything that compares to this place.
It's not just pretty, it's got history. I can really feel the traditions and rules of the old kingdoms here.
Welcome to Grancel Castle. You are Zen and his team, correct? It's Amalthea.
Captain Amalthea.
This isn't really unexpected, but even so.
That's right, we come at the invitation of the good Duke. And, you are?
Pardon me. I'm Captain Kanone Amalthea of the Intelligence Division, head of Grancel Castle's defense. I would like to extend my heartfelt congratulations for your championship victory. Watching the match was truly a spectacular experience.
You're too kind, really. And may I say, I don't know that they made women as young and as pretty as you into captains. You must do fine work.
My, but you are the flatterer. But I'm not so young as your bracer friends. Estelle and Joshua Bright, it's been some time since the incident in Zeiss, hasn't it?
I guess it has.
Quite some time. Unfortunately, the matter concerning Professor Russell is yet to be resolved. It appears that he and his granddaughter were abducted by a group of nefarious individuals. You wouldn't happen to know anything about that, would you?
I'm afraid not.
We left that case up to the full-fledged bracers and came to Grancel. We never even heard the follow-up report. I see. That's truly a shame. Well, with the resources of the Intelligence Division, it's only a matter of time before the culprits are arrested. Have no fear on that score. We trust you to take care of the professor. Oh, absolutely. Now we must show you to your rooms. Shea, if you would please do the honors. See to their needs, but do not bore them with any idle chatter. Do I make myself clear? That's kind of creepy. Really scary.
Now that is one fine woman.
I hate to say this, Zen, but your taste in women is crap. There's nothing fine about that fox-faced harpy.
I think that might just be his favorite type of woman.
I just tend to find that women like that turn out to be pretty good people, once you peel back a few layers, so to speak.
You're hopeless. Not that it matters, but you really do sound like a dirty old man sometimes.
Oh, my honor.
Sorry about that. You were supposed to show us to our rooms, right?
Yes, please allow me. Pardon my not saying before, but I'm Shea, a maid here at the castle. I'll be at your service this evening from the dinner party until the morning. Okay, there is a maid around here that we have to give this letter to. I just have to remember who it is. Unless that maid is taken out of commission. But, I mean, when you're a hand servant, you gotta be smart, so she probably hasn't revealed all her cards, or her allegiances. So, hopefully she's avoided capture.
Oh, wow!
There's that WoW counter.
Get a load of that chandelier. Talk about classy.
Estelle, what's that way? That's the throne room. Her Majesty uses it to receive personal guests. It hasn't seen much use in the recent days, though. I see.
But the Queen's condition really is that bad? Isn't the birthday celebration coming up soon?
Oh, no. It's just that it's the head maid who tends to her in the royal keep of late. I shouldn't speak on subjects about which I'm unfamiliar. Come then, shall we? This is the room where you'll be staying. Okay. It might be a good thing that Olivier isn't here with us. I suspect that this is a trap.
Holy Stragus!
I never imagined we'd be staying in a place like this.
Nice! This will make for a good story later.
I believe there's still some time before the party. You're free to explore the castle, but the security areas are off limits.
Could you be a little more specific?
The royal keep where the queen resides. It's a small palace of sorts, built on a garden terrace on the roof.
Garden terrace? That sounds nice.
The terrace is where Her Majesty greets the people of Gransel during the birthday festivities. So you can't go in the keep itself, but you may visit the garden terrace if you like. As for the other restricted areas, there's the Royal Guard Room and also the Treasury. The Royal Guard Room?
I guess they're still wanted for questioning about all that terror stuff.
Yes. The Intelligence Division is currently occupying it. Entrance is restricted, so please abide by the rules. Understood. By the way, what are the others who were invited doing? They've already arrived. I imagine they're relaxing in their respective rooms. All right.
So Mayor Klaus is here too.
Oh yes, he arrived some time ago. Now if you'll excuse me, I'll be off. If you need anything else, please contact the first floor waiting room.
Now then. Hey Zen, we want to go and walk around the castle for a little bit.
We'll be back in time for the party.
Must be nice to be so young. I'm worn out after the tournament. No problem, have fun. Me, I'm gonna kick back and relax in this oh-so-luxurious room.
We need to get as much done as we can before the party starts. First, Julia told us that we have to talk to the maid, Hilda.
I'd like to say hello to the other invitees, too. We'll likely know most of them. Alright, so we gotta find Hilda, that's her name, and talk to the other peeps. Let's do that! Hey, it's Lila!
Mayor Maybell.
And Lila. Ah, here at last. I kept wondering when you'd get here. I was practically counting the seconds.
So you were invited here too, Mayor? Hey, wait. You were waiting for us? How did you know we were coming?
I heard from Mayor Klaus. I heard about a pair of children who entered the tournament, won its competition, and were invited to a royal banquet in the castle. If I'd known, I'd have canceled my appointments and come to cheer you on. Begging your pardon, ma'am, but that would have been quite impossible given the circumstances. Yes, I'm aware. I'm just trying to be polite.
Don't worry. I know how busy you must be.
I'm sure the Queen has no time to waste at a banquet. What with everything else going on, what is Duke Dunon thinking? The captain was so stubborn about inviting me, too. I had no real choice but to accept. You mean Captain Amalthea? Yes, that's her. Her words were polite enough, but she gave me an evil eye while she spoke them. I dared not refuse her request. I haven't heard from General Morgan in quite some time.
Wait, does that mean...
You haven't heard any word from the Hockengate? The General is unavailable. It is the longest message I've been able to wring from them. It would seem he's busy with these anti-terrorist countermeasures or what have you. I had hoped he'd be in attendance at this banquet tonight, but I guess he couldn't pull himself away. What do you think about all this, Mirror? Putting mirrors from every city in the same place at a time like this? Well, if the Queen were to be in attendance, I would expect some announcement of no small importance. But as it is, this feels like the Duke has too much time on his greasy, chubby hands. He's letting this position of royal proxy go to his head.
That sounds about right.
But there might still be some kind of official announcement, don't you think? Well, whatever may come of the night, the Grand Chef here is the best in all the kingdom. I plan to enjoy the dinner, pay my respect to Her Majesty, and return to Bose post-haste. Ah, it's the Duke and the Dean.
Ah, Joshua, Estelle, you made it. It's been quite a while.
Dean Collins?
You were invited to the banquet as well, sir?
I just arrived today via airship from Rouen. A little merry world birdie told me you two won the tournament. Jill and everyone else will be so happy to hear it.
Thank you.
I had no idea we'd be seeing you here.
Dean Collins is a member of the Royal Assembly and a man of great respect in Liberal. It's only fitting he be given a seat at this banquet. A man of great respect, he says. You flatter me, Mayor.
What's the Royal Assembly?
It's a meeting held once per year to address matters affecting the kingdom. The Queen, mayors of every city, and other representatives all come together to try solving various problems of state.
Sounds big. So all of those guys have been invited here tonight?
No, I'd say only about half. Her Majesty is still ill, and General Morgan is away on official military business. Mayor Dalmore of Rouen was arrested in that nasty affair, and Professor Russell...
He is a bit too entrenched in too many unknowns right now. We don't know how true all this talk is of the Royal Guardmen being involved in some underground terrorist organization. It's hardly the time to be holding a feast at all, if you ask me.
We can use this chance to see where Duke Dunan stands on all these issues. We need his permission to have an audience with Her Majesty regardless.
Yes, that's the biggest issue here, without a doubt. Barring us from seeing Her Majesty is the height of idiocy and mismanagement. I would like to pay my respects to Princess Claudia as well, but it's the same story.
Princess Claudia is the Queen's granddaughter, right?
Does she live here in the castle? No, it's my understanding her actual residence is elsewhere. But I'm told she's come to the capital as of a few days ago.
She's here then. I'd really love to meet her.
I'm sure you'll have a chance.
Holy woly. Moly granoli.
Oh wow, check that out. This must be the castle's garden terrace.
I'd say so. You can see the whole lake from here, and it overlooks the town too. It must be great for reconnaissance.
As nice as this is, we really don't have time to stop and enjoy it. We've got a job to do. Oh!
This must be the royal keep. Oh, and two guys just garden the whole thing.
We're here as guests of the Duke.
Is this where Her Majesty lives? Of course it is, but for the last few days she hasn't been feeling so well. She's not seeing anyone right now.
Oh, you've got it all wrong. We weren't even thinking of that. I just thought it would be amazing if she were to even take notice of us.
Does Princess Claudia sleep here as well?
No, it's just... Hey, the princess is focused on looking after Her Majesty. Neither of them has time to deal with the likes of you.
Oh! Is that Hilda?
The dinner party will be starting soon, so I'll be returning to the maid quarters.
And who are our guests? They're from the team that won the martial arts competition. It's only because of that victory that someone of a Bracer's social standing would even be invited here.
A Bracer's social standing?
Such discourtesy! Those invited by the Duke should be treated with all the respect due to those invited by Her Majesty. I sincerely hope you would not have forgotten that.
She's intense.
I wonder who she is. But madam, we can't just allow them to pass. Surely you understand the reasons the Colonel laid out. Yes, and I'm quite tired of hearing them repeated to me. I'm terribly sorry, sir and madam. Security has been heightened, and as such, the royal keep and its surroundings are off limits. If I may ask, would you mind waiting in the room until the dinner party begins?
No, all right.
That's fine. We'll do as you ask. We weren't trying to cause any trouble.
Fine then, just don't let it happen again. Safe return to you.
I apologize that you are subjected to such dreadful behavior. My name is Hilda. I'm the head maid of Gransel Castle, and I oversee all the housekeeping duties.
Aha!
We had a feeling. Forgive my rudeness, but are we previously acquainted?
Someone told us about you.
I know this handwriting.
You see?
We also have our bracer emblems and identifications with us.
I see. Please come with me to the maid's sitting room. We can discuss the matter further once we are there. I understand. You need to deliver Professor Russell's message to Her Majesty, correct? Right. If now's not a good time, we can try later, but no, it's not an issue. But those special opsmen have had the royal keep under constant surveillance for some time now. Only the Duke, the Colonel, and hired attendants such as myself are allowed in. Which means that a private audience is probably a no-go. I have a bit of an idea. Could I get you to return here once the dinner party is over? Why?
Have you thought of a way for us to see Her Majesty?
I believe I have. It may be difficult, but I think it's worth a try. I'm going to need some time to get ready, so can you come back after the dinner party?
Awesome. Understood. We'll be back then.
I'll be waiting. And about the party. Preparing the food is going to take some time, so please bear with me.
Okay, so we've had a good tour of the castle. We know where most everything is. Let's head back to our room, talk to Zen.
Hey guys, talk about being late. The party's about to start, you know.
Sorry, we got so caught up in sightseeing we lost track of time. Plus, we also talked to all of the mayors.
Well, aren't we well connected?
We're close friends with the mayor of Roland. Plus, we've met the other mayors in the course of our travels.
I see. I guess your work as bracers has caused you to meet quite a few big shots. You two sure get around for junior bracers.
You might say that. Have you done any bracer assignments since we came to Gransel? I guess it's not all that different in other countries, right?
Right. For a full-fledged bracer, nationality isn't an issue when it comes to your work. The prelim fights and legal procedures at the embassy kept me too busy to get any actual work done, though. But hey, there are 4 other bracers on duty too, which isn't as bad.
Normally, that would be enough to handle most cases, I'd imagine. But with all of them concentrated in Gransel, that must make it tough to handle any cases in other regions.
Yeah, it could be.
I feel like a goose just walked over my grave. I wonder what's going on with Shara back in Roland.
Now that name rings a bell. You wouldn't have to be talking about Sherazard, would you?
You know her?
She's our mentor. She's been a close friend for ages.
Okay, makes sense. I met her a long time ago, when a case brought her to Calvard. She was fortunate to have a good master working with her for such a young age.
Her master?
Probably Dad. Pardon me, the table for the dinner party has been set. May I show you the way?
Sure, I was getting bored with waiting anyhow. Alright, wanna go and eat?
Sure. That fight left me starving. Let's go dig in.
Come on, you two. It would be nice if you two didn't completely forget your table manners for once.
This is a dinner party, right? What's with all the empty plates? Plenty of knives and forks, though.
That's because it's a formal dinner. Everything comes out in a specific order with hors d'oeuvres. Then you use the knife and forks from the outside in. It's really not so bad. It does mean that you get to have some of the finest food available. Manners and etiquette are secondary.
Indeed, indeed. I'm told that you are acquainted with everyone who will be attending. No need to get stressed out.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Please don't encourage her.
Anyway, His Grace is really late. I wonder what he's up to.
Indeed. So if the seat at the head of the table's for the Duke, then who might the other two be for?
Indeed. Perhaps it is intended for Princess Claudia.
Your attention, ladies and gentlemen. My humblest apologies for the long delay. Presenting His Grace the Duke. Well then, I must apologize for making you wait so. I'm afraid I was in this meeting from which I simply could not break away. This gentleman is Colonel Richard, commanding officer of the Royal Intelligence Division. I've invited him here to thank him for his tireless efforts in helping to deal with the terrorist situation.
It's a pleasure to meet you all. I was quite gratified to be invited to this occasion by the Honorable Duke. I ask that you pardon my uncouth soldier's uniform and allow me to sit with you.
You've got to be kidding. We're having dinner with him?
I suspected this might happen, but it's still unnerving. How do you keep your guard down so that it looks like you keep your guard down, but keep your guard up so that no one suspects that you know what they don't think that you know, but you know?
Ha ha ha! Excellent, excellent. What say you, Mayor Mabel? Do you think of Gransel's castle master chef? Is his cooking not on par with that found in Bowles' Antero's restaurant?
Yes, it's quite remarkable. The wine selection also perfectly complements the meal. I almost want to try hiring him away.
You are not the first to say such thing. Floor is abundant and the land flows freely, so enjoy to your heart's content. Your Grace, if we could, I'd like to do as we discussed first. Ah, yes, that's a fine idea. Actually, I have something important to say to your fine folk who represent the kingdom. I use the celebration as the place to make important announcement. An announcement? And what might that be? I believe I'll allow Colonel Breton to explain in detail. Thank you. As you are no doubt already aware, Her Majesty has been in poor health of late. However, she has been recovering and may grace us with a public appearance soon. Within a few days, it seems likely that the terrorists plaguing the kingdom will be swept away. In light of that, the Queen's birthday celebration will be held as originally planned.
Well, the citizens will surely be happy to hear this news, as they have been looking forward to it. But surely that is not all you wish to tell us. Right. If that were all, you could have just sent along a message.
Indeed, you are correct. Her Majesty is continuing to recover, as was previously stated. However, given the gravity of her condition, she's also issued a proclamation due to her tenuous health. She has stated that she wishes to abdicate the throne and turn over royal authority to her nephew, Duke Dunan.
What?
Is that true? Joshua, this is... Yeah, the conspiracy finally makes its appearance.
I was surprised when Her Majesty first broached the subject as well, but her illness has left her quite frail. But it is only natural. She has ruled the kingdom for 40 years, leading it through times of strife and war, all without a husband, might I add. Given that, I wish to relieve her of the stress of her duties following the festival's successful conclusion. As the heir to the throne, the decisions remain to make. As mentioned earlier, I believe Her Majesty will give a formal announcement herself during the festival. Once this becomes common knowledge, we cannot know how the citizens will react. This is why we're telling the leaders first, to help stave off any chaos or public disorder before it happens. This was also the decision of His Grace.
Well, yes, this is true.
Also, the Queen's abdication of the throne will have internal repercussions. The other nations on the continent will have their eye on us, and we must be watchful for any action on the part of the Erebonians. Surely you can see why it is necessary to show unified support for the new king. This is the world in which we are going to be living.
He makes it sound all so rational.
Yeah, he's quite the master manipulator. I have a question. I believe that the Duke has a fair claim to the throne. However, is there not another who also has the same right of succession?
Well, no doubt you're referring to Her Majesty's granddaughter, Princess Claudia. It is true that she and His Grace have an equal claim to the throne, but it would appear that Her Majesty did not choose her due to her tender age, and I must say I agree with her wisdom in this matter. I should hardly like to impose such responsibility upon a girl so young.
Yes, absolutely. For the time being, I believe it would be best for Claudia to find a fine marriage prospect. Though it is strictly informal, there is already interest from the royal families of a number of other nations. Perhaps a royal wedding could take place as soon as this year.
Oh my.
I understand. If that happens, then we'll have 2 major events to celebrate.
I honestly think she's a bit young for marriage. Excuse me, may I ask a question?
Zen?
Don't mind to speak freely.
Sorry to seem rude, but this doesn't sound like the kind of conversations you would want outsiders hearing. Particularly a foreigner? How come you're making this announcement now? That is solely because of the serendipitous event that allowed Bracers to win the championship. We had wanted to inform the guild of this in advance as well. We've already discussed the idea with Her Majesty. Gotcha. I guess Liberals, military, and Bracers are on just as good of terms as the stories say. That is because we lack the military strength of the Empire or the Republic. The harsh reality is that keeping close relationships with each other is a must. We'll pass on what we've learned here to the guild then. Man, I've heard some pretty unbelievable conversations in my time, but that was something else. I mean, I'm a foreigner after all, so it's not that big a deal for me. I bet that was huge news for you guys, though.
Of course it was. I can't believe things have gone this far already.
Oh?
Never mind. But really, what a shame. The food was so amazing and it practically melted in the mouth. Couldn't tell what the last flavor was, though.
Understandable enough. But anyway, did you want to go for a walk to work off some of that rich food, Estelle?
Huh? Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah, I could go for a little bit of fresh air.
You just played tourist a little while ago, and now you want to take an after-dinner walk? I sure don't get it. Must be a local thing.
I think you're exaggerating a little bit.
You haven't gone out to take in the sights? There's a lot of historic architecture around here, you know.
If the mood hits me, I may still give it a shot. On the other hand, the kitchen may still have some food left over.
You've gotta be kidding. You're still hungry?
If you had a blade to my throat, my dying wish would be for some liquor and a snack. I might go and hunt up a bar or something in a little bit.
Okay, so I think a lot of information has been thrown out, and it would only be appropriate if we just ended everything here and pick up in the next episode. So, thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Hope to see you next time. Until next time, stay tuned.